So when is a Hoover Sensotronic System 2 not a Hoover Sensotronic System 2? Well, when it's a... Now you thought I was going to dive straight in then and show you what I've got to show you. But no, I'm not. I'm going to tease you first, as I like to do. So this is a 1983, April 83, Hoover Sensotronic System 2. I've always really liked these. This is one of my childhood vacuum cleaners. My friend Andrew, when I was in primary school, his mother had one of these. And I distinctly remember asking to use it. And she was a funny woman. I think she did relent in the end, because like me being me, I went on and on and on. Can I use your Hoover? Can I use your Hoover? Can I use... Yes, just go away, use it, yes. I was like, oh, thank you very much. Dearie me. So I've wanted one of these for a long time, and I've had this particular machine for years now, and I think there is a video of it on the channel already, so I'll put a link up to it so you can watch it in action. But I've never done a talkie video about this particular machine. So I thought it was about time. And I've got some other ones to show you as well. So there's kind of like a theme here. A theme show, it's amazing. So this particular S2 is in really nice shape. There's hardly any wear on it whatsoever. And bearing in mind it's coming up for almost 40 years old, it's really quite something. And I believe it's got all its tools in there too. I haven't cleaned it for this video. Oh yeah, look, there we go. Full set of tools. Interestingly, we can tell that this is a slightly later machine because it has the black or very, very, very dark brown tool caddy. The earlier machines had a cream caddy. My System 1 is cream. And I wonder now if this particular machine would have had the black tools. I think it probably would have done. Again, earlier ones had cream tools, and again, my System 1 has cream tools. Now, this was a very, very popular cleaner. Very, very popular. You used to see System 2 everywhere. System 2 and System 20, which was the direct replacement for System 2, were probably the most popular Sensotronics I used to see. Obviously, you don't see them these days, but back in the early 90s, when I was working in Jeff's shop, we used to see System 2 and System 20 all the time. The other systems, not so much, because people realised that 2 and 20 were the perfect place to be. They were approximately £89, something like that, which was a lot of money back then. £89 in 82. Oh, goodness me. Probably 350 quid now. That's not cheap, is it? 350 quid. But you've got a decent amount of features for your money. System 2 has electronic power control, which is done by this dial here. And it's got a nice little graphic where like the red comes up and down on this window. It doesn't go particularly far on this particular machine. It only sort of goes halfway, which is weird. And it has an economy button as well. So you press that E in, that's it, like that. Boom, boom, boom. So you press E, and I think it goes to about 650 watts, something like that. And it overrides the electronic power control. Or you can press this button here with the swirl on it. You press that, and then you can vary the power yourself by twiddling your knob. So yeah, this is Sensotronic Series 1. Okay, and that's really the most important thing that I want to draw your attention to. 1982 to 1985, they were replaced in 85 by Sensotronic Mark II, which would have been systems 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Now, oddly, very oddly, I say oddly, it's Hoover, so it's not odd. We all know what Hoover were like. They were bonkers. They used to just do really weird things. But Hoover kept the Mark I style of Sensotronic on the market when they had effectively been replaced by the Mark II, 10, 20, 30, etc. Now, I just want to show you this cleaner. We have seen this one on the channel before. So this is the 1987 Expert Sensotronic. So this is 3360 from November 1987. Sorry, I should say what the model of this one is. This is 3128. And as you can see, the top panels are actually very, very similar. This machine doesn't even say Sensotronic on it. All right, granted, this one doesn't either, but we know what this is. But this one is a Hoover Electronic. Okay. Expert. Now, apparently Expert is, what do you call it? Like, it's a company. I think it's Italian. It's an Italian company, what are they called in the UK? Euronics. So they're like a comparative company to Euronics, but Italian. So Hoover made this cleaner for them using the Mark I style Sensotronic as a base. And you can see here, look at the panels, very, very similar. Same kind of knob there as here. Slightly different colour of the knob. Obviously the machine is a completely different colour. By the way, this should be white. It's gone off terribly. It needs a real retrobriting. However, I don't think I'll be able to bring it back to white. I might be able to make it a bit better, but it ain't never going to be white again. This machine has an electronic airflow indicator, which is this little lamp here. Now this works with a swinging magnet. There's a magnet on an arm that resides behind the filter cover. When the airflow is flowing through as it should, the arm is sort of pushed out of the way, away from a reed switch. When the airflow drops, the magnet drops, activates the reed switch, and the light comes on. This one is cost reduced because it has a piston style bag full indicator. So, okay, we've got these, 1983, 1987. So my question, when is a System 2 not a System 2, is answered here when it's a Hoover Electronic Expert. But it's also answered, let me get this out of the way, by this machine. Now this is an oddity. This is a very, very strange cleaner. And you have to ask yourself, why was it made? This is a Hoover Sensotronic System 25. Oh, 2 and 5, 25, 25? What? So, System 20, 30, 40, 50. You kind of have to ask yourself, what's going on? This is very odd. So this System 25 is dated June 1986. Model number 3430. So in 1986, Series 1 Sensotronic had been replaced by Series 2. And yet, Hoover made a System 25 in the style of a System 2. You do have to wonder what the hell was going on at Hoover during the 1980s, because honestly, the amount of models that they produced, different colours, variations, styles, it is utter madness. If you look at the panels on these, quite difficult for me to see, you can actually realise that they are exactly the same. These two cleaners are exactly the same. The only difference is that they are different colours. I'm just going to check the wattage. I'm sure the wattage is the same. This is 1000 watts and this is 1000 watts. So they are exactly the same vacuum cleaner. But why is this called System 25? I don't know. Do you know? Can you tell me? Because I have no idea. It's so weird. It's so weird. Anyway, let's get the System 2 out of the way. So that answers our question. When is a System 2 not a System 2? When it's an Expert and when it's a System 25. Oh, God, quite heavy. Right. That's enough lugging around of Sensotronics. Let's have a closer look at this machine. Now, this cleaner's been in my garage for, oh my God, 3 years now. I would have thought something like that. The reason it's been in there, A, because it was buried under a load of stuff, and B, because I don't have the tool caddy for it. Unfortunately, the tool caddy has gone walkies. You can see there is no tool caddy. So if anybody has a spare tool caddy for a Mark 1 Sensotronic, I would be very, very interested in buying that from you. So please do let me know. I shall leave my email address in the description. So have a look at that. If you've got one, I'm very interested in buying it. It's not the end of the world because we have other sensors that we can use in order to get this machine working. I have never turned this on. I have never plugged it in. I've never even tried it, so I don't know if it works. So I guess really we should do that now, shouldn't we? We should give this a go. God, it is very, very dirty. It's so dirty. You can barely even see the information under this panel. Yep, it's exactly the same as a System 2, though. That's the thing. Look, you've got the twiddly knob, we've got the economy button, we've got the swirly power control button, flex, rewind, electronic style bag full indicator with the magnet on an arm that goes up and down. It's exactly the same. The only difference is the colour scheme, and it's called System 25. I have a theory, and I'd be very interested to know if you agree with my theory on this. I think this was probably an exclusive. I think it was probably a Currys exclusive. For those viewers who are not UK based, Currys is a large electrical store chain. They used to be utterly massive. Well, I suppose they are still pretty big, but you know, with the rise of online shopping these days and Amazon, not as big as they were. And they had considerable clout back in the day. And that they most likely went to Hoover and said, right, can you do us a range of vacuum cleaners? We'll pay you this much money. Hoover said, yeah, all right then. Give us the cash, because they would have been desperate for cash in the mid-80s. And they would have produced this for them. It could also be a Comet exclusive. Comet was Currys' main rival back then. Comet are gone now. I think 2005 Comet went bust. Something like that, or maybe not that long ago, I don't know. But yeah, they are gone now. And the only other two people or two retailers I could think of who would have contracted with Hoover to make an exclusive would have been the Co-op. I don't think it's a Co-op machine. And also sort of like independent retailers. They might have made a model for the independent retailers, but I'm not sure about that. Possibly, yeah, don't know. But if you know why System 25 exists, please tell us. Comment your comment in the comments, because I really want to know, because I don't know. If you can tell me, that would be awesome. So I guess really we should see if this works, shouldn't we? Because it needs a real proper restoration. It's got all that. It's got paint all up the side here. It's not particularly nice. I do, however, think that this colour, the colour that's under this filth, is going to be utterly stunning. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And I think, looking at it, I could be wrong, I think it might be the same kind of burgundy colour that the Turbo Power, hardbag Turbo Power Mark 1 is. Could be. Might be worth, when this is done, getting them side by side. We'll compare the colour and see if they are the same. But anyway, that's enough waffling now. Let's plug this in. Let's see if it works. I'm going to put this into. Oh, I'm going to say I'm going to put it into low power mode, but I can't even see. I can't see the knob. Hang on a minute. Let me check. Right, if we look at the System 2, which way do we turn it to go down? It's probably to the left. Yeah, so we turn it to the left. So let's turn this to the left, like so. We'll get the cable out, plug it in. What do you reckon? Will it work? You might get a bit of a poof of dust here. Now this is interesting, isn't it? Because you couldn't change the exhaust filters on any of the Sensotronic machines. They were inboard exhaust filters. Now that causes a massive problem these days. You think of the machines like the Sharks and the Dysons that have inboard exhaust HEPA filters. They block up and they utterly ruin the cleaner. You've got to take the entire cleaner apart. And I did this on a Dyson Big Ball. I had to cut the filter material out of the filter in order to get any airflow whatsoever. You kind of would have thought that would have happened on these, but I suppose, yeah, they don't have HEPA filters, do they? They're just sort of rudimentary sponge filters, so the dust just went through them and they didn't block up. It's interesting how times have changed, isn't it? So let's plug this in. Let's see what happens. Move this box out of the way. Smash. Right. Oh. We have some life. Oh. No. Oh, you guys can't smell that. We've got a cooking smell. Unfortunately, I think this poor old thing is cooking its own motor. I think it's... Yeah, that is knackered. Oh, hang on, I had that in economy. Yeah, that's as best as we get from it, sadly. Unfortunately, the motor is toast. It is absolute toast. Yeah, there's a very that's a pungent smell coming from this cleaner. Although there's not a lot left in those carbon brushes. I can tell that there isn't, because the motor takes an awfully long time to spin down. Now, if it wasn't for that smell, I might say to you, actually, there might be a chance to save it. But that's a very pungent, very acrid kind of burning smell there, and I suspect the armature has failed. But we'll do another video on this cleaner where we take it apart and have a look inside. This video was really just because I wanted to show it to you, because I dug it out the garage, and I wanted to do the comparison with the System 2 and the Expert as well. So I think really what we should do is restore this cleaner, because it is, I would say, exceptionally rare. I can't remember ever seeing another System 25. I really can't. And if I have seen one, then it was very briefly a long time ago. So yeah, okay, there we go. Our next restoration project. So let's leave the video there. Hope you enjoyed having a look at the System 25 and the other two machines. They're going to go back in the Hoover room now. This one's going to go into the workshop. It's going to join the queue of machines that need to be restored. Don't forget to do the usual, commenting, subscribing and liking, because I always enjoy hearing from you guys. And if you've got any information on the history of System 25, please do let me know. But until next time, you guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.